If the only thing we leave behind is a house and a 401k, then what did we miss when we were alive? Now, last night I did a video on the great wealth transfer from the baby boomers down to Generation X and millennials. That's going to happen within the next 5 to 10 years. And I didn't mention in that video what my thoughts and feelings were on my parents and my in-laws as far as this great wealth transfer. They are baby boomers, and they're going to be transferring to a couple of Zennials. Okay, I'm Gen X, half millennial. Okay, now what are my thoughts and feelings on it? To be honest, I almost don't even want my parents or my in-laws to have anything left by the time they pass. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you know, my parents, they've set me up for success with generational wealth by bootstrapping me in my 20s. And the same thing goes for my in-laws. They bootstrapped their daughter, my wife, by paying off her student loan, I don't know, 20 years ago, okay? And I think they need to live their lives, okay? I've told my parents numerous times, go out and go schedule some vacations every single year, budget for it, you know, do 2 or 3, 4 vacations, you know. You could be moderate about it just so that you can keep your funds in your account and be able to collect interest on the capital you have. But from time to time, you guys got to live your life. My parents are young parents. They had me when they were 20 years old. And so they're only 20 years older than me. They're 65. And my mom is on Social Security now. And I keep telling them, guys, you guys got a good 15 years to go and live it up and go on vacations. I don't expect to get anything from you. You know, if anything, it might only be the house because you got to live someplace. But even then, you know, if push comes to shove and your health starts to deteriorate and you need to go into an assisted living, go sell the house by any means. I do not need the money. And the same thing goes for my in-laws. Honestly, I don't need the money. But what's great to see is my in-laws, they're finally starting to spend their money. They're doing a vacation with us. They're sporting the vacation and we're enjoying it with them. My kids get to spend time with their grandparents on this vacation. I think it's a beautiful thing. And they're a little older. They're in their 70s and they're starting to realize they only have, you know, 10 years left of really good active living. You know, when you get to your 80s, you know, it's harder to get around. It's harder to travel far. Even my father-in-law, it's a struggle to drive 4 hours. He's got to get out and take breaks. He had some blood clots years ago, so he's got to get out and walk. And he's got some other issues as well. So, you know, in your 70s is the time that you should be spending that money. Start to budget that retirement out. Whatever nest egg you have in your 401k, you need to start taking that money out because honestly, you got to live life. You know, I don't want my parents and my in-laws to not live the best times of their years in their mid 60s to throughout their entire 70s. These are great times, you know. It's a time to sit back, read a book, reflect, enjoy your grandkids swimming in here in this lake, etc., etc. You know, that's the thing that I think that we should talk to our parents and our in-laws on is, guys, enjoy your life. Don't worry about us. We'll be able to take care of ourselves. Everyone can step up and make some money in their lives. You know, open the book of how to live life and how to try to figure it out and make money. And, you know, at some point there probably will be some level of asset that's still left over for everyone to, you know, gain a little bit out of their lives down the road if it were to happen. But I think that we should just focus on living, especially for people in the baby boomer generation. Just live it up, you know, go on some vacations with your family, take your grandkids out, take your kids out, you know. Hey, treat them like kids, you know, have fun with them, you know, whatever. Go buy them whatever you feel you want to, or go buy whatever you feel is appropriate for your family. I don't know. You know, I think it would be a waste if the great wealth transfer is just ginormous in the trillions of dollars, and that generation doesn't take advantage of living life and living life to its fullest. You know, you don't have to spend all your money. You know, you can do it in moderation and still enjoy your life, because the tough thing is not knowing how much you can actually spend, because you don't know how long you're going to live, right? That's the thing people worry about. But I think that you can budget whatever you have. You know, let's say you have $1 million when you hit 70 years old. All right, well then divide that by like maybe 20 years and figure out what your yearly expenses can be. You know, talk to a financial advisor. They're out there. You know, go pay them a small commission to help you figure out how to budget your retirement properly, because you only got one life to live, and live it up to its fullest with your friends, your family, your grandkids, your kids. If you don't have kids and grandkids, hey, you got friends, you know, or go make friends, you know, go have fun, go live it up, you know, because you only live once. So we want to live our lives to the fullest. I think that's what my in-laws are doing. Even my parents, they do it from time to time, but they're watching these videos. I'm going to tell my parents right now, you know, go on another fantastic vacation. They went on a vacation out west to Wyoming, and my dad, he got sick. He got pneumonia, and they had to drive all the way back, and they haven't decided to do it again. So I'm going to tell them again, you know, guys, go out on that vacation again, because you missed out on going out west and seeing the things you wanted to see. I think they had planned to go see like Wyoming and different parts out there, and they were in Yellowstone. And then my dad got sick, and my mom had to drive all the way back, and then they got to the hospital, and fortunately they got back in time because it didn't get, you know, any worse than what it had been. I mean, my dad was struggling. So, you know, fortunately, you know, they were able to get through that, but they're still capable, you know, they're still capable of driving. Or, I mean, I've always told them, like, go fly out west, go rent a car and go, you know, drive around the mountains, go see what you guys wanted to see, because you guys got to live it up, man. You know, you have the opportunity to do so, go do it. So I don't need the wealth transfer, guys. The great wealth transfer, it's a great thing, you know, if you're able to leave something behind, but don't stress about it. You know, everyone will be here, you know, after the fact, being able to survive and deal with life. That's just how life goes. You got to enjoy your life. You worked hard for it. You know, for anyone else out there, you know, if you guys are in your, you know, maybe late 50s, early 60s, and you're watching this video, go live it up, you know, go enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you've worked hard your whole life and you want to enjoy it, go do it. So anyways, don't make this great wealth transfer as big as what, you know, people are saying it's going to be. Make it just a little bit, you know, a little wealth transfer. Don't make it great, just make it moderation, like, okay? So anyways, if you guys like this content, like and subscribe. And if you guys could, take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks.